Hello, everyone. We are back for season 2026. As always, I am Nate.
And I'm Michael,
and we are your hosts for the Olympic Ultras podcast.
and you thought you got rid of it.
Whole new season of podcasts.
Yep.
As usual, same format. So this podcast, in the first half, we are talking all things men's preseason and signings.
Yep.
Some very, very exciting developments in there. And yeah, very exciting.
Wow.
And in the second half, we're going to be looking forward to the Gold Coast Knights Cap Pro Series Round 1 game. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify so that you can keep up to date with all our comings and goings with the podcast and all the news that we're putting out. So it's Olympic FC _Ultras for Instagram and YouTube, and Olympic Ultras podcast on Spotify. Cool. So let's get into it. First half. So obviously there was a lot of turnover.
Lot? I think a lot is an understatement. I mean, I've never seen it. It was like a whole mass exodus. And I'm going, where is everybody? Do I know everybody?
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous because we all talked about, we all kind of knew there was going to be a Gold Coast Knights rebuild. Correct. Scott McDonald leaving and everything like that. We all kind of knew there was going to be a Lions rebuild with, I believe it was Darren Syme leaving and everything like that. I don't think anyone really expected an Olympic rebuild.
No, that was the last thing we expected.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously heard of a couple of players' whispers in the last season, and we just thought, oh, look, that's fine.
If it is what it is. That's what it is.
Players come, players go.
Yep.
But I expected the core of that unit from last season to be ever present this season.
Yeah, and a couple of signings. Sorry, not a couple of signings. A couple of players that have almost always been there.
Yeah, talk about Phillips.
Yeah. So some obviously big name departures. If you're present on our channel as well as the Olympic one, you'll know who we're talking about. First and foremost, we just really want to say a heartfelt thank you to every single player who's worn the red and white, but also the players who have done what they've achieved and gotten us so far and has had to step away for one reason or another. So again, you know who you all are. We just want to thank you very much for what you've done at the club, and hope you the best of luck in the future, as long as you're not playing Olympic.
And what they've delivered and the actions on the field, been a driving force. And a lot of clubs don't seem to have that, but we had that bond with a lot of players, and we had a very tight-knit group and a very group that fought for each other. And some of those players who had left were part of that glue that kept us together. So as you said, I wish you all the very best for your upcoming year or years, or what you're doing or what you're not doing. Again, thank you.
But with that massive accident comes a massive influx.
Oh,
it's got to go both ways.
It has to, but I didn't think of, and no disrespect, Leon, I didn't think of the quality that would come in.
Yeah, the signings are looking so good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from back to front. We're going to start with, a goalkeeper. A goalkeeper signing.
Yeah.
So straight up, we have Lachlan Choco Hunter, affectionately nicknamed Choco.
Choco, yeah.
He is someone who has been at Olympic before. He was at Olympic in 2022. Played in the grand final in that year, of course. Extensive history in the top divisions of Football Queensland, going from Olympic to Penn Power. Played at Penn Power for 2 years, including in that game against Wellington Phoenix. I believe the same one Louis Greenwood scored in.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of team history there as well. And then moving into Caboolture last year, get a little bit of first team experience there, because I think he ended up being second fiddle in the second year of Peninsula Power.
Yep.
But just absolutely incredible wealth of experience. For a player I think he's only 24.
Extremely young.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the world of his feet. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities to come. I mean, with the Cap Pro Series, the league. So he'll get his opportunity by all means.
And our goalkeeping department is incredible. It's one of the ones that's one of our big strengths. Unfortunately, we can only put one on, of course.
Of course.
But with Lachlan Duke as well, who has been incredible pre-season.
Phenomenal.
Choco Hunter, when he's been on, has also been incredible.
Yep.
And then our goalkeeping coach is Fernando Alves, who has been part of the Socceroos, has been part of the Brisbane Royal Seniors, was part of the Brisbane Royal Seniors when they won their championships. and everything like that. Our goalkeeping stocks could never be higher than it is right now.
It is rich with so much talent and quality.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's absolutely brilliant, and I think that there was a whisper going through the camp that even Fernando sat there and gone, I've had worse training sessions at A-League level, trying to train Lachlan Duke and Choco Hunter, and if both of them sort of approach the season on the front foot, I hate to be Grozzy trying to pick that spot.
He's certainly got a nice headache, hasn't he?
An incredible headache
I hate to be his shoes.
Yeah.
Come selection of match day.
Yeah, exactly right. And each signing we go down through this, it's just going to make his headache worse and worse and worse. So yeah, absolutely fantastic to have Choco Hunter back in the red and white. Sure. It was obviously a very good goalkeeper at the time when he was with us, so it's good to see him back.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So moving on up the field is our centre back. Our first centre back signing is Sam Keegan. Really, really excited to have Sam back.
Breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
been
incredible.
I mean, I've seen the last couple of games where he's played in the pre-season friendlies, and he's just a pillar of strength.
He's tall. He's dominant.
He's tall. He's decisive. He knows what he's doing, when to do it, and the partnership with Tommy,
already
has just developed, and that can only get better.
Of course. Like I said, already been in Olympic colours before. A couple of seasons ago, not last season, a couple of seasons ago. Can fill in defence, can fill in midfield as well, the defensive midfield spot. His most recent colours, of all places, is the Long Island University Sharks in the American college system. And he's actually played there like the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And he only the last time he came back to play for Olympic was off season for the American college system. Yeah. So you've got to be good.
Yeah. As we all know, if you're aware of the college system of any sport in the US, it's
incredible.
It is real. I think it's even more professional in some of the major leagues. They produce some of the most incredible players.
Yeah,
and it's not just a training session. It is full on. It's education and it's playing.
Yeah, exactly.
College system,
full scholarship essentially.
As we know with Vic from the girls, she was in the college system in America with the rowing a year or so ago, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He actually played all 18 games in the 2025 season. Popped up with a couple of goals too. So
nice.
Strong, dominant in the air. Both goals, I believe, were from corners.
Yeah, nice on your CV.
So yeah, exactly right. And corners was one of the areas, free kicks, any sort of wing play that we mentioned a couple of times last season. We really struggled with. We didn't have a lot of height up front.
No.
And I think even though this is height at the back, which is great defensively as well, especially defensive corners.
But you need those when it comes to that.
But you need those for both.
For those spot kicks, for those, those sort of free kicks that sit about 10 metres outside the penalty box.
Yeah.
Just float in, bang.
Yeah. And, he's tall, he's dominant, he's strong, he knows what to do in those particular situations.
Exactly.
So I'm really, really excited to see him back in red and white.
Yeah.
Really, really hope he, again, gets on the good foot forward and off he goes.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Ty Cobb.
It's ridiculous.
What a signing.
He is just crazy. The first time I saw him play, who is this guy?
There was a moment in the first three, and we'll go through them proper, but there was a moment in the first 3 preseason games where he just scored banger after banger after banger.
Well, you just do this for fun? I mean, come on, mate.
He would run. I think 2 of them he ran down the left, cut it in, and just slotted it.
Yeah.
One of them was from a corner, so he came in on his right and slotted it.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
But it's not just the hitting the ball towards the goal. It was directional. It was purposeful.
He was very purposeful. It wasn't just, let's go, let's see what happens.
You coming in from that, let's say the keeper's right-hand side, he's gone right across the face of goal into the side netting.
Yeah, that was the one at...
That's talent.
The one at Caboolture, again, we'll get into this proper later, but like the Caboolture one, actually he might have used his left foot. I can't quite remember, but he definitely went straight down. And that at the top of the goal, there's that little sort of ring that holds that in place. He put it there. He could not put it any more top. If you picked up a ball and placed it,
that's where the
this was closer to where you would place it.
I mean, the guy's ridiculous, but what a talent! I mean,
Absolutely incredible.
just crazy talent.
Already a pretty decent CV, despite being, I believe, 20.
He's just
20,
had
I
an abyss.
believe. Brisbane Royal Youth Team, and of course the breakout year with Gold Coast Knights last year, chipping in with 5 goals in the league and 4 in the Queensland Cup. So 9 goals from a winger
Not bad effort.
across the season is not a bad effort, especially across a team with people like Marquise Walters,
Yeah.
and things like that. Like,
And Australian teams aren't really renowned for wingers and goal scorers.
no,
We're
we're
more
still
renowned
very
for central players.
we're still very pop the ball in, get someone get a head on it or something.
That's your
like
job.
That.
That's,
So to pop in, to get those goals away and things like that, especially at a team like Gold Coast Knights, where competition would be so heavily contested.
Yeah.
I think he's done really well, and especially for his age. Again, coming back into Grossman's side, the lineup, as we're about to go through, is very young.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. I think all of them want to prove a point.
Yeah. But, I mean, as you said, we've seen, what, 5?
Six
preseason
preseason games.
You would not say those boys,
No.
the experience on those shoulders is far beyond their years.
100%.
And that's what makes it exciting.
So to continue forward with that, we have someone who was actually highly sought after last season, which is one Mr. Kai Flemington. Bit of
another quality player. Oh my God.
Center forward / center attacking mid.
Yep.
Can kind of play off the shoulder of our main striker on both sides.
Holds the ball well.
Holds the ball really well. Lightning fast.
Not afraid to have a go.
Not afraid to have a go. Will just take it on if nothing's really opportunity. He'll go for it outside the
12-inch
box.
space. He'll take it.
Which is another thing that we kind of struggled with last season. We tried to walk in a lot of the time. Was with Eastern Suburbs in 2023 and in 2024. Of course, I got relegated in 2023. In 2024, they came straight back up. Kai Flemington more than helped them out in that season with a top goal-scoring 25 league goals.
That's crazy.
Absolutely insane. Yes, it's FGPL 1 level, but that's a hard
doesn't matter
league.
because every team is equal quality in that league. So you still got to do the job.
You still got to do the job. Very, very difficult league. We know Brisbane Strike has been trying to come up for the last couple of years. Obviously, St. George Willawong's come up. Eastern Suburbs have come back up. All of them have been competitive in their own way. Of course, St. George got relegated, but
it's unfortunate.
Which is unfortunate. I love them, and I thought they brought in something new. But at the end of the day, they beat Gold Coast Knights. They gave us a couple of runs for their money and things like that. So they were an exciting team. And so, what I'm trying to say is the FGPL 1 is not to be underestimated. It is a good league. It is a very, very strong league. So to come through with that with 25 goals is absolutely incredible. He was always going to move on from Eastern, or maybe not necessarily always, but there was always going to be a bunch of people trying to get him last year. Penn Power was the team that got that right. So he did go to Penn Power, which, again, another heavily contested team. Probably really, really good for the experience. Probably didn't contribute as much for them as he wanted to.
Yeah, they're a pretty settled side, that Penn Power.
They were a very settled side. They were a very strong side, and he came in and out as needed. With 3 goals in the league and 2 in the Kappa Pro Series. So, again, going from 25 to 5, not a great return, but it's a step up.
Didn't have opportunities either.
Yeah, exactly right.
You don't get the opportunity, of course, you're not going to score a goal.
Yeah, exactly right. So I'm sure another one who will be relishing the opportunity at probably more first team efforts. Really trying to prove a point and get someone, because he is also, I think, 22 or 23. He's also exceptionally young. And I'm desperately sorry if I've got any of these wrongs, guys. Desperately sorry. It's just what my info turned up. Final one. The absolute pinnacle of our attack. The point of the attack.
And the man who scares me.
Is Sazdo Saz Georgiev. Once again, I believe I mentioned him last season when we were talking about the St. George Willawong game. I do apologize if I've got your name wrong. Just call you Saz. Strong play with the ball, quick off it. Absolutely incredible. Such a graceful touch as well.
And for a tall man, the speed and the agility.
6'4",
he reminds me a lot of Peter Crouch.
Yeah.
tall, deadly, able to move, able to turn quick.
Mm.
And they use that height and that body movement just perfectly.
In a way that, like, not a lot of people would expect.
No.
You wouldn't look at him and be like, oh, he'd be able to do this.
Yeah. It looks like he's a stumbling, tall person.
Yeah, he'll get somewhere in a corner, but that's about it, sort of thing. But the way Saz moves, his pace, his strength on the ball as well. We've seen it a number of times in preseason where he's held up a defender with the ball. Either someone's played it straight at him and he's just sort of thinks it away into the running of Kai.
Very much Mark Viduka.
Yeah, exactly right. Or being able to keep hold of it and hold off those defenders and then play it off. So he's very strong on the counter attack, but if we have to play up through the pitch, he's also has the ability to stop and hold the ball and wait for people to come to him.
Absolutely.
He doesn't seem, well, at least we haven't seen him do this yet. He doesn't seem rash. He doesn't seem like he will turn and have a shot, even if there's another pass on or anything like that. He seems very clever with how he wants to do things. And I mean, 9 goals in the league, 2 in the Queensland Cup last season. And again, a St. George Willawong team who unfortunately didn't stay up.
Yeah, sad.
It's very sad, but he was, I still believe, their top goal scorer for their club, and that's still nearly a goal every other game, which is kind of what you want from a striker. It's kind of what you expect.
I think it was the Wolves game.
Mm-hmm.
His communication with other players, edging them on. Hey boys, let's do this. Hey boys, let's do that. He was always encouraging. And I thought his communication was absolutely brilliant because those players, you don't hear a bloody word.
Yeah, exactly right.
So as you can hear.
Yeah.
And I thought that was brilliant.
There's something that I did want to mention, and I'm terribly sorry for this. In his announcements video, he said one of the things that his friends would say about him is mean. And I thought that was quite funny. I didn't quite understand what he meant until the Winter Wolves game. We were standing right behind the bench and listening to him egg on Ty Cobb. Saying that he can't be that good of a player because he didn't even know he was playing him in the under-23s grand final. Ty was like 16 at the time or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
But egging him on and being like, oh, you can't be that guy. I didn't even know you were there. And like just absolutely egging him on. And that's great. It's playful banter, but it's competition.
Yes.
It's, okay, now I'm going to shut you up.
Yeah.
It's that sort of level.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. They've already got quite a decent,
they have
good rapport with each other, and they want to sit there and have those little, goes at each other.
I think you have that banter without being.
It's not nasty.
Without being nasty.
Yeah.
You not feel it's being nasty.
Yeah.
And it's just banter. As you said, it creates a beautiful atmosphere amongst any teams, which is just let's get out.
Yeah. Exactly right. And there was a wonderful story years ago back when Brisbane Roar won a bunch of their championship, which the idea was that the right wing and the left wing had a competition to see who could get as many assists and things like that. So it's that sort of stuff where it's that little bit of playful competition.
Yeah, 100%.
You're both wanting to do well for the team, and you'll cross the ball when you need to and things like that. But it's that playful banter and trying to get those things. Yeah. And if, honest to God, if those 4 front men want to do that, go for it.
Go hard.
I will have zero problems. I will have zero problems if you 4 want to have your own goal scoring competition. Go nuts.
Don't know what the gaffer says. Just you do what we do.
You listen to us.
Yeah, listen to
us. So, thoughts on our current recruitment drive?
Oh, it's just beyond belief. I mean, we knew we'd lost players, and our biggest conversation piece of the season was who you can get again.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought, because we watched some of the other 22 players are unbelievable.
Oh, incredible.
Some of the skills of these lads are phenomenal. And we've seen them play pre-season as well. And they could slot into the first team, not a problem. So not only is the Gaffer blessed with a strong starting 11 and a massive, strong bench, he's also got these lads in the 23s.
Yeah, exactly.
Who taste first-team football. Who taste Gossie's bloody coaching ability. Know what that Gossie wants. And deliver. So, but I thought, well, a lot of those other 23s would come through as first-team players.
Yeah, and
through the off-season. I was thinking, fill them through, because you never know what finances of clubs.
Exactly.
That's not none of my business. I don't want to know.
No, exactly. And it changes
I
year
don't
on year.
care if it's our club or an air club. I don't want to know your finances.
don't need to.
None of my business.
Don't need to know.
But we've been lucky enough to have been placing these players across, and I think part of that is we have a really good setup. We were club of the year last year.
2024 year before.
Yeah.
But we did reach gold standard in our junior academy, which is so good for the club.
We have a great football pitch. We have great personnel. We have great coaching staff. So there's a lot of pluses. They have brilliant fans. There's a lot of pluses.
There's a lot to love around the club.
And that's what I think it places players like Kai and Saz to the club. You can see it.
Yeah.
And you can feel it.
Yeah. You can. And to bring it to tangible results, our pre-season in general now, there's never a lot of information that comes around, so this might be a lot of new information for people. Obviously, there was a couple of games that were actually announced that people could go see.
Yep.
But there were 3 games in December, 3 across 3 different weeks. So there was the first one, early December, Olympics 6, Redlands 2. This was an interesting game in the fact that Redlands had a really decent counter-attack. It was something that we had to really...
They played well.
Yeah, it was something we had to really, really worry about. 2 we conceded. 1 was probably very avoidable. It was just a little lapse of concentration. First game of the season, that happens.
It happens, yeah. I've seen the best do it.
Exactly.
And the player who done it was one of the best.
Yeah, like he is a very, very good player. It was just, again, simple lapse of concentration.
Yeah.
The 6 goals we scored, however, really immediately tipped us off to went, oh my God.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is a squad. Yeah, exactly right. This is an incredible squad. Some of Saz's goals were just no power at all. Just broke the line. Nice little placement. Again, Kai with a couple.
One with his right foot running down the left, and he just turned his body,
came in,
and
got around it, side footed
straight into the pass. Because we were behind that goal.
Yeah, such good quality. He didn't smash it. He caught it. He was probably in a really good position too, but knew that he could get it around the keeper with the correct placement and things like that. Just absolutely perfect.
Great goal.
The next game was against Caboolture in a 2-0 win. This was, again, very different to the Redlands game.
They came out a whole different team, didn't they?
They did.
Had different tactics, different way of playing.
They held us up really, really well.
Yeah.
Redlands were trying to counter-attack, and we could counter-attack back.
Yeah, Redlands were very open.
Yeah. Whereas
Caboolture were very close.
Caboolture were very close. They were very, very hard to break down. In the end, it did take, I think, a screamer from Ty, which was that one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, a volley from outside the box from Damon Gurrell.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Where have you been keeping that?
I didn't realize he had that in his locker.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely fantastic. That's what it took to break down Caboolture.
And it sort of broke their back up.
Yeah, a little bit. But again, very, very strong outfit. Very well drilled.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
I think they were also playing a back 3 with wing backs, which is something you don't often see in Australian football.
No, very different approach.
So, that was also something we had to learn. We had to break down, and we had to learn that on the fly, which is another thing that Crosby's been going through with players is, within the first 15 minutes, you should know how they're playing. You should know who their danger man is. Right. You should know how to counteract it. If you're switch on enough,
you know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly right.
And this is, as you said, just touch on it. He's getting the players to think and making the decision,
analyze, and
rather
understand.
Than him screaming from the sideline and making the decision. Yeah. And once a player starts going, got it, they become better players.
Yeah,
the game plays better.
Yeah, exactly. Then there was the first real moment where we sat up and went, oh God, this is a team.
Yeah.
This is a good quality team, which is Wynnum Wolves 0, Olympic 5.
I know, right?
Now, again, we'll preface this with Wynnum Wolves were missing a couple of players. They were missing a lot of players, and they had, I think, a couple who went off to the OFC Pro League. So that obviously disrupts a lot. People like James Lofthouse as well.
Yeah.
However, we were also missing a number of players. Louis Greenwood didn't play that game. Fumi didn't play that game. Right. Jackson Simpkin didn't play that game. Ali got injured in this game.
Very early injured, and he's out for a few weeks.
He's out for a few weeks. Poor bastard can't start a season.
I know, he can't even. You really can't win.
You know, our thoughts go out to you, Ali. They really, really do. Good to see you walking again, though.
I'll say.
So we were missing quite a number of players as well. It was on a Saturday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
I think this is like the weekend before Christmas, so
Yeah.
it was so
The
hot.
sun decided to bring us this most intense for that day. It was so bleeding hot.
But again, really good goals scored. Really, really smart play. I can't for the life of me remember who scored this, and if you know, please let me know in the comments because it was a youth player. I think it was the fourth goal where he's come down the wing, he's turned Jack Hingett inside and
Yeah, I
out,
remember that.
and then slotted it past the
Yeah.
keeper, and it was such a beautiful moment of
Made
play.
Jack look like a mannequin.
Yeah, and again, ex-A-League Jack Hingett, who only just came off the A-League, I think halfway through last season or something. Made him look absolutely ridiculous and just absolute gorgeous goal. I don't think it was Declan Warnes, but he's been absolutely incredible too. If you know who that was, please feel free to comment below on the video because I didn't quite catch it and it's not on Scotty. But yeah, I'd love to know who scored that one. And then we had a 2-week break. We had the Christmas, New Year's break. So we went into Christmas going, oh my god, this was 13 goals scored, 2 conceded.
Yeah, unheard of,
especially
unheard of. Yeah.
If you compare our last year's preseason, which we don't really want to get into. No. Chalk and cheese, absolutely incredible.
It's like 2 years. Everything was just.
Yeah.
I just can't explain it.
Exceptionally different.
Yeah.
Then we went into probably 3 of the hardest games that we could have decided to choose in 1 week.
Yeah. Which is a lot for the boys.
Which is a lot for the boys, especially coming off 2 weeks break.
Yeah.
And I think only training for the 1 week, and then that week started. The first one was obviously the Cairnsdale Cup against Yeronga. Did come out 3-0 winners. Yeronga gave us a hell of a game.
What a great squad they are.
Absolutely.
What a really good team that Yeronga are.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed watching them.
And I feel a little vindicated because the week later they was up 3-0 against Brisbane Roar at the NPL side. They end up drawing 3-0, but that's still a hell of a result for an FPPL 3 team.
And what I'll give, I think I said it the other night, what I'll give Yeronga is a lot of their fans turned up.
Yeah, an incredible amount.
Brilliant.
An incredible amount.
They come out in force, and I thought that was really good. My hats off to them.
No,
brilliant.
Obviously not the longest to go, but it felt like there were more of them than us.
I know, it did, right? Yeah.
But yeah, really, really tough opponents. They gave us again something else to think about.
Yeah.
They were a little bit more steadfast. They really held their nerve
a bit
quite
more
well.
Physical too.
Yeah, they were.
They come out with a plan.
Yeah.
To upset us.
Yeah, and to be fair, it did work for quite a bit of that.
Yeah.
And moving on was Brisbane Strikers against Olympic game midweek.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, Perry Park. Olympic did get up 2-1, but only a second half, and quite late in the second half.
It was quite late. I mean, went to the half time 1-0 down, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 0, but we conceded very early in the second half.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, we conceded, and I went, "Oh, that's it."
Yeah. Again, Strikers played really well.
Yeah, they were. They were physical. They were well drilled.
Yep.
They played a lot of NPL only teams.
Yeah.
I think they only played like one other team that wasn't NPL.
They were well home.
Clearly, I mean, they've missed out on promotion a couple of years in a row, which must be devastating.
Oh, look. What can you do? Yeah, just keep on trying.
Got to keep on trying, get getting better.
You can't be defeatist and go, oh, well, why should we bother?
Yeah, exactly right.
It will come eventually.
So good on them for, really trying really hard. Like this year, they've set themselves up quite well. They've made some really interesting signings. And, they were very, very physical. So hopefully they've set themselves up for a return to the NPL.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did run out 2-1 winners of that. And our youth, like I said, it was 2-1 in the end, but it was a lot of our youth players
who played that second half.
And I think I might have got one of the goals, but one of the other younger boys, BK, scored.
And again, we were just touching on a few minutes ago. There's some talent in that 23 boys. There's some great talent.
Incredible talent. And then the final game was a 2-0 loss, our first loss of preseason, our only loss of preseason against Lions.
Yeah.
Now, great outfit.
I mean, what has been said about Lions that can't be said? I mean,
I know.
there's just quality. Every year they just seem to pour it on. I don't know what it is,
They're
how they do it.
they're a fantastic club.
They are a
They've got
good quality.
really
You
good
can't do that.
setup.
They're a good quality.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said, I kind of bring this down to, fantastic squad Lions. We're not a Lions podcast, but they are a fantastic squad. You can't disagree with that. But I think the 3 games in 1 week with like 2 days of rest in between on each one. It was Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Yeah.
I think that was really, really hard on the boys, especially after the 2 weeks off and then 1 week back. I think that was really, really hard on the boys, but I think it was designed on purpose.
Yeah, it was also good for them.
Yeah.
Not only, okay, it might have been a bit hard physically.
Yeah.
But I think it was really good mentally.
I think it was fantastic mentally. Yeah, really hard physically.
Yeah.
Again, a number of the players that we mentioned didn't play a lot of those games. They were out for a lot of them, except for Louis, who was, I believe, technically still kind of injured, but is playing everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
I want to see him with a pair of goalkeeper gloves. It's the only position I haven't seen him in.
Correct, yeah. But not in a competition.
Not in a competition.
Maybe in training.
Yeah, well, we'll see if we can do it in training.
I love you, Louis.
So yeah, and he's taken over the captain's armband for the moment, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, and I think it's well deserved too. I mean, he's shown some great leadership over those last, 6 games.
Yeah. Player of the season last season.
Yep, absolutely brilliant.
Our player of the season last season.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. He's got all the attributes, all the qualities, and he talks and he plays, and he does wear his heart on his sleeve.
Oh, 100%.
But he delivers what he talks.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
Yeah. So, absolutely fantastic. 5 wins, 1 loss, 18 goals for, 5 against, 3 clean sheets.
Not a bad average.
Not a bad average. There's definitely a couple of NPL teams out there have had a worse preseason than us. So this is really, really good building blocks for us.
And we can only get better.
Yeah, 100%.
As the players play more together, and games come rolling in week after week, we're going to get better. Yeah, and that's the scary part.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, so the first competitive game of the season is, of course, the Kappa Pro Series Round 1 against Gold Coast Knights. This is Friday the 23rd of January, so tomorrow night after this comes out, at 7 p.m. at Goodwin Park. Last season in the NPL, at least, Olympic and Gold Coast Knights had a very similar goal-scoring record.
Yeah.
The main difference was Knights were a little bit better at converting losses into wins and draws.
Yeah.
So they finished 56.
But again, another quality side.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
they did have, I guess, a little bit of a late season draw. Well, they had a weird season, actually,
they
Gold
did.
Coast Knights.
Yeah.
Finishing 5th, so just outside the top. But like I said, they had 11 wins to our 9, 4 draws to our 3, 7 losses to our 10.
Yeah.
But it was both 29 goals for 26 against. So a very, very similar goal scoring record. And that was actually kind of, I guess, reflected in the 2 games that we played against them, where we won one of them at 2-0, I believe, and I think we lost one of them 1-0.
Yeah.
So, very, very even game. Then it just sort of came up to who happened to be better on the night.
Correct.
They've had their own departures, of course. The noticeable ones, all the ones that I think are probably the biggest, of course, is Pike Cobb. Wonder where he went to.
Yeah. Heard a river.
The other ones, of course, being Marquise Walters, who's gone to Morton City, back to Morton City.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was probably the worst move of his career.
Yeah.
I mean,
outwardly, it looks like a great idea. Go to one of the best teams in the Queensland NPL.
I'm disappointed he's gone back to City. I think under the right coaching, he could be a better player in a better squad.
Yeah.
No disrespect to City.
Oh, no. I think he definitely could have made it overseas somewhere.
Of that.
Yeah.
And,
or even down in Melbourne or something like that, or Sydney.
Yeah. Whether he's just decided, well, I can't go anywhere. Might as well enjoy my football.
Yeah. Or it could even be that, he didn't have the greatest of seasons. Yeah, he scored a couple of goals and things. He did well, but didn't have the greatest of seasons. So go back to where he's comfortable. Go back to a coach that he knows.
Correct.
Try to get the best out of him again. Try to get him on form again. Who knows? And then someone who I haven't actually seen announced, but unmistakable that it was him, was Rahmat Akbari in Lions colours.
Yes. He played the other night.
Yeah. And I say unmistakable because, God, he's still good.
Yeah, I know, right? No, got some talent, sure.
Yeah, exactly right. So, noticeable departures, but they'll have the exact same, like I said, as we mentioned in, sort of the opener, they were sort of planning to have a little bit of turnover.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they would have had definitely some names waiting in the wings, and they would have been a little bit more prepared for their turnover.
Players age, players move.
Yeah.
Players who are just constantly injured decide I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, we have a similar one with Ben Khan, in the fact that the coach left, so a lot of players went, well, I want to try my hand somewhere else.
Yeah.
I just want to try something else. So it could be very, very similar to that as well.
Sure.
There was a little bit of history between Olympic and Knights in this particular cup. Of course, in 2023, the first time this competition was run, Olympic actually made the final against Gold Coast Knights. And Knights ran out 4-2 winners.
Yep.
Remember that game?
Unfortunately, so do I.
That was a rough one. That was actually up at Penn Power. We played at Penn Power, I think, like 7 times that season.
One more time we played at home.
Yeah, because Goodman Park was getting renovated, and there was a couple of issues with the pitch and things like that. It was obviously the Women's World Cup year. But I think, that was our new home for a little bit there.
Yeah. So I like our new home.
Like we played Walter Park probably just like 5 times as well some of that season too. But there's a bit of history there. I'm sure we want to get one back over them. Considering, I don't think we've played them in the cup since. The Kappa Pro Series actually has a new format for 2026, or at least the men's one does. We are now aligning ourselves with the women's version of the Kappa Pro Series, so it is now 6 groups of 4 teams, rather than the opposite of 4 groups of 6 teams. And each team will play each other once, so only 3 games to play in the group stage rather than 5. And the best team per group go in to make the first 6 out of 8 knockout teams, which is absolutely excellent if you happen to be that group.
Yeah.
The second place team has to compete with all the other second place teams for the top 2 of that. So, being the first tie being NPL versus NPL, it is really important, in my opinion, if we want to go into this round and we want to go far into this cup. This is the game we need to win.
Correct.
We need to get those 3 points over our fellow NPL team.
We did that foundation straight up.
Yeah. Because otherwise we are facing the other 5 teams for one of those 2 remaining spots.
Correct.
And one of them being Redlands, we've already seen how they play in the Cup Pro Series. Ironically enough, one of Gold Coast Knights' preseason games was against Robina, who's our other team in the Kappa Pro Series. 2 rounds have already been played.
I know.
But yeah, look, again, we've got a bit of history in this cup. We came so close a couple of years ago. I would love to do well in this, but it's funny. You ask everyone, it's Mickey Mouse stuff.
Yeah. It's like the League Cup in the UK.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to follow it until you get to the final.
Yeah, like everyone just sits there and when you get knocked out, you're like, oh, cool, won this competition. If you don't get knocked out into the semi-final or final, as you said, suddenly it's, oh yeah, wow, let's win this. Let's get the silver.
Let's go. It's a weird cup.
Yeah, it is really funny. And I mean, to be fair, we faced exactly that in 2023, where we just sort of sat there and was like, oh, we need to focus on the league. We were doing really bad in the league at the time. We'd rather focus on the league. Oh, we're in the semi-final. Oh,
no, right?
Okay. We won the semi-final. Oh my God, here we go.
How does this work?
Looking up all the different things because we just didn't bother looking it up. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, look, at the end of the day, yeah, sure, if you won this competition at the end, the league's the most important.
Yeah.
Queensland Cup's definitely the most next prestigious. Gets to the Australian Cup.
Correct.
But at the end of the day, I would love to see this team win a trophy. It's been so long since the men's have won a trophy. And deserved. I mean, aside from the Cairnsdale Cup, obviously being the preseason trophy. But we didn't win the Hellenic Cup the last couple of years either. So the Cairnsdale Cup is the first trophy we've won for a little bit. But, it is what it is. Yeah, I think if we do go far and, we do happen to get to that point, I think it would be very much richly deserved. I think Brosman deserves it. What he's put into the club as well as a whole, but this team, he's an incredibly busy man, but he always makes time for you no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think, I would personally love to go through,
I would too.
do well in
really
this
would.
cup, and hopefully get some silverware. But at the end of the day, obviously, if the team sits there and goes, it's just a competition that we don't need to focus on, then that's obviously fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's the league that's the most important.
Yeah, definitely.
The others are important, but it's second.
Yeah, no, I would definitely count like Queensland Cup as the next prestigious
Oh,
one.
without doubt, as you said, because it's entry to the Australia Cup.
It's the entry to the Australia Cup.
It leads to a bigger stage.
Yeah, and then once you get there, you're immediately in the top four. So that's the semi-final and the final can take place. Of course, we've got there the last 2 seasons and got knocked out in the semi-final of both of them. But again, like that would be the more prestigious one that I would really prefer us to focus on if we have to. But again, straight away into competitive games after a really good preseason. Couple of players still to come back, but I think we're in a really good stead.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be too far away.
Creamy shouldn't be too far away. Jackson Simpkins shouldn't be too far away. There's a couple of other unannounced signings.
Yes, we won't go
that we can't go into.
We'll plug them down and stuff.
Which is fine. You keep an eye out on our social medias, and you will know as soon as we know.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, as soon as they're announced. Because we've got every preseason game, we know.
That's right. We do.
So, yeah, keep an eye out on our social medias, OlympicFC_Ultras, to make sure that you are up to date with all the news, and we will share it as soon as Club shares it as well. And keep an eye out for the podcast as well.
And I want to say, and this is probably beating our own chest.
Yeah, a little bit.
But last week's game against Lions was our 100th match in which we have seen the Olympic men's
team specifically.
100 games. It just seems incredible. It's been a great ride. It's been a fantastic ride. We've laughed, we've cried, we've walked out angry. But I've enjoyed every 90 minutes of every game we've witnessed. And I can say thank you to Olympic football team, the backroom staff for giving us opportunity. The president, Manos, for letting us allow us to make banners and flags and be able to display them. To all members of the club who support us, it's been a great ride, and we will continue on that ride to 200.
Yeah, 100%.
So, thank you for the opportunity you've given us. And
I actually think
we love it.
I actually think we might not necessarily make 200 men's games this season, of course, because 100 men's games would be incredible. But I actually looked at our stats after that moment, and we had seen, I think, 150 games total. That includes Women's World Cups and everything else that we saw, and including the women's team, because obviously we followed them quite hard last year. So there is actually a chance that we will make 200 flat this year. Combined games since we started taking this record in 2023.
Unbelievable. And donations are a great thing too.
Yeah, please do. We're not sponsored yet, but you could be.
Yeah, you could do. Think about it.
You'd think we were sponsored with Casa Coffee, the Providore Coffee right here, but we're not. We're just doing it because it's good coffee, to be honest.
It's great coffee. So if you need a good coffee, by all means,
Providore.
Jump on the website, place the order. I'll have some at home myself. It's brilliant, beautiful. So, as Molly used to say, do yourself a favour and get some.
But yeah, and to jump on what you were saying earlier, I do also want to thank Olympic and everything, and the backroom staff of even both teams, because both teams have now allowed us to come and view their games. Obviously both the men's and the women's, but also the staff and everything like that in general being so receptive to what we want to do. And it was never a no. It was, how can we assist you? It wasn't even a yes. It was, how can we assist you? Every time. The first thing that Manos said back to us when we said we wanted to make flags and banners was, how much do you want?
Yeah, he said, we'll buy them.
Yeah.
And we went, no.
This is our project.
We're not here to get money out of the club. Yeah. That's not our goal.
So, thank you to all of them. But again, everyone who didn't say yes said how much.
Yeah.
We are incredibly, incredibly grateful for all the support, and that support, and you guys who are currently listening to this, the people who comment on this, this is the reason that we're back.
That's it.
You know?
And one person we haven't mentioned that I hold in very, very high regard, who has helped us tremendously through setting up interviews. Using
Oh,
the club's
he's going to
dressing
hate
rooms.
you doing this.
Don't care. The guy is, he's not out there sort of person. He's very behind the scenes, but he does an incredible job. And I can't thank Josh enough.
I can't thank Josh enough. He's been
What
absolutely
he's
incredible.
done for us and the way he's assisted us through our YouTube and through our Spotify and journey from last year, mate. Your experience, your knowledge, your help, ever so great.
Yeah.
Ever great. Thank you.
This is probably been a long episode. I have not been timing it.
Fine.
So thank you for sticking through.
Yeah.
To the very, very end. If you're still listening, please let us know if you're still listening.
If not, grab a cup of coffee and wake up.
If not, grab a cup of coffee, restart this episode, and let's go.
Let's go.
Just one last thing. If you want this podcast anywhere else, if you've had to come all the way to YouTube or Spotify and that's not one of your usual platforms, please let us know. Send us a DM, put a comment down below. I can definitely organize to get it chucked on another podcasting app and everything like that. Just let us know where you would rather hear it, and we'll sort it out.
We'll try and make it work.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that is all from us right now. Stay tuned. There will be obviously a women's version of this.
Yep.
They had their own big clear out and everything like that. So we will definitely do a women's focused preseason results and transfer special and everything like that. So keep an eye out for the women's focused one. But up until then,
stay safe. Look after yourself. Go Olympic.
Go Olympic.